Sit back and enjoy an hour of fascinating facts you didn't know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get started.
The frog Melanobatrachus indicus, known as the galaxy frog, is a species endemic to the Western Ghats in India. Its unique appearance, with a pattern that resembles stars in the sky, makes it a special find. This amphibian spends most of its life underground, emerging only during the rainy season to reproduce. Its rarity and behavior make it difficult to observe, making it a true treasure for biologists and nature photographers. Mikhail Mov, a Russian jeweler, managed to sculpt a tiny Godzilla on a grain of rice. This incredible work, carried out in his workshop in Noginsk, took him 3 days of effort under a microscope. The sculpture stands out for its astonishing level of detail, including the scales, and required extreme patience and precision. During the process, he had to work very carefully to prevent the piece from breaking. The spider-tailed viper, native to Iran, has an incredible hunting tactic. The tip of its tail imitates a spider in both appearance and movement, attracting curious birds. This deception makes them believe it is an easy prey. When the birds get close enough, the snake takes advantage and attacks. This unique behavior is an astonishing example of evolutionary adaptation that maximizes its chances of hunting successfully. Every year, in the city of Ito, Japan, the pillow fighting championship takes place. Although it is considered an ancestral pastime in Japan, the game has been elevated to the status of a national sport. The tournament began in 2013 and has been held annually ever since. The players pretend to be asleep in the arena until the referee blows the whistle, signaling them to get up and look for a pillow to strike the players of the opposing team. A full performance that even includes an official pillow. The machine called Happy Cow is designed to improve the well-being of cows on farms. It works through automatic brushes that cows can activate with a gentle push. The brushes spin for a period of time, providing a pleasant experience while cleaning the animals. This device not only improves cow hygiene, but also contributes to their comfort and health. The Black Crack is an impressive natural fissure located in Canyonlands National Park in southeastern Utah. With approximately 66 feet of depth and 3.3 feet of width, it is a geological formation that draws attention for its uniqueness. The giant centipede is a myriapod that inhabits the lowlands of Venezuela, Colombia, and the Caribbean. It can exceed 12 inches in length and possesses toxic venom containing substances such as acetylcholine and serotonin. Although its bite is extremely painful and can cause inflammation, fever, and weakness, fatal cases in humans are very rare. Its size and venom make it one of the most impressive and feared centipede varieties. In Sweden, culinary creativity is reflected in pizzas with unusual toppings such as banana and kiwi. These combinations challenge traditional flavors and add an exotic touch to the dining experience. Although they may be surprising, they are popular in some local pizzerias. In China, fake belly button stickers are trendy. People place them slightly above their real belly button to make their legs appear longer. Psychotria elata, known as the kiss flower, is a tropical plant from the Rubiaceae family. It is native to Central and South America, in countries such as Colombia, Panama, and Ecuador. Its bright red bracts that resemble human lips attract pollinators such as hummingbirds and butterflies. This plant grows in areas of high humidity and shade, typical of tropical rainforests. However, deforestation and overexploitation have affected its population. It is currently endangered. The tripod fish is a deep-sea fish that uses the elongated extensions of its pelvic fins and lower caudal fin to rest on the ocean floor. It spends much of its life in this position, facing the current to hunt small crustaceans and other organisms. In this time-lapse, we can see how a woman's body changes during pregnancy. In these recordings, the growth of the belly and other bodily changes are documented week by week. The heaviest strawberry in the world was harvested in Israel by farmer Chahi Ariel in February of 2021. It weighed approximately 10.2 ounces, an exceptional size compared to average strawberries, which usually weigh around 0.5 ounces. This fruit belongs to the Elan variety, known for its growth potential. Unusually cold weather conditions allowed for its slow development and large size. Since the 1980s, the coasts of Finistère in France have received Garfield-shaped telephones due to a container that sank in a sea cave. This container, which became trapped after a storm, slowly releases the phones into the sea.
The bald eagle is known for building the largest nests among birds. These nests, mainly built in trees, can reach impressive dimensions of up to 13 feet deep and 10 feet wide. They also often weigh approximately 2,205 pounds thanks to the continuous addition of materials each year.
Curved horn spiders are characterized by the long curved spines on the abdomen of the females. These spines vary in size and shape within the species. They often display bright colors, such as yellow, red, or white, with black patterns that help deter predators. They belong to the Aranidae family and are experts at weaving orb webs. The bush viper, known as Atheris hispida, is a venomous species endemic to Central Africa, inhabiting forested areas in countries such as Uganda and the Democratic Republic of the Congo. It is distinguished by its extremely keeled dorsal scales, which give it a unique bristled appearance. We all know that the salivary glands inside our cheeks are responsible for producing saliva. Have you ever wondered how much saliva your body produces in a day? A healthy person produces between 0.13 and 0.44 gallons of saliva per day. This means that by the time you turn 70 years old, your body will have produced about 7,925 gallons of saliva. The plant Oxalis corniculata uses an explosive dispersal mechanism to spread its seeds. Upon contact or internal pressure, its fruits release the seeds into the air, allowing them to spread some distance away. This method ensures greater propagation, favoring its reproduction across different terrains. Now we know where the creators of Plants vs. Zombies got their inspiration. Although it is not common to see rabbits swimming, these animals have the ability to do so if they find themselves in a situation that requires it. They use movements similar to those of other mammals, but they tend to avoid water due to the stress it causes them. Swimming is not a natural activity for them and can pose risks to their well-being. It is a skill more related to survival than to their usual behavior. The Amazon milk frog, known as Trachycephalus resinifictrix, is an arboreal amphibian species that inhabits the Amazon basin. Its name comes from a milky secretion it uses as a defense mechanism against predators. It is recognized for its mottled skin in shades of brown, white, and green, which allows it to blend into its surroundings. At first glance, this looks like a very bad fashion show. All the clothing is white. However, the garments are made with photochromic materials that change color when exposed to ultraviolet light. This effect produces bright patterns and vibrant colors, completely transforming the appearance of the pieces. The tardigrade, also known as the water bear, is considered one of the most resilient animals in the world. It can survive extreme conditions, such as the vacuum of space, high doses of radiation, extremely low and high temperatures, and it can even dehydrate almost completely and revive after years. Eris, a borzoi dog, has the longest snout in the world, measuring approximately 12.2 inches. Despite its unusual size, her dental health is good according to veterinary reports. Her snout, although distinctive, has not caused her serious health problems. However, it may present some difficulty when eating due to its length. This unique trait has made Eris a fascinating and admired case within her breed. This garden is known as the most dangerous in the world because it contains more than 100 poisonous species. It is filled with warnings so that visitors avoid smelling, touching, or tasting any of the plants. It is located at Alnwick Castle in the United Kingdom. It was the idea of the Duchess of Northumberland in 1996, who initially considered creating a botanical garden, but changed her mind and preferred to gather plants that could kill rather than heal in order to educate people about them. Every hair on the human body is associated with a small muscle called the erector pili muscle, which contracts when it receives signals from the nervous system, producing goosebumps. This reflex, known as piloerection, is an evolutionary vestige inherited from our ancestors. In animals with abundant fur, it helps them appear larger to predators and also helps conserve heat by lifting the hair and trapping air. In Melbourne, Australia, an event called Box Wars is held every year at Victoria Park. It brings together hundreds of participants who build structures and armor made of recycled cardboard to take part in symbolic battles. The activity encourages creativity and the reuse of recycled materials. In Turkey, tulum peyniri is a traditional cheese made from raw sheep's milk and aged in goatskin bags. This unique production method gives it a distinctive flavor and a special texture. Experiments have been conducted to analyze ants' preferences among different cola beverages. On several occasions, they have shown a preference for a specific drink, likely due to its higher sugar content or differences in its chemical composition. The tomato is botanically a fruit because it develops from the ovary of a flower and contains seeds.
However, in cooking, it is commonly classified as a vegetable due to its predominant use in savory dishes. This duality between its scientific and culinary classification makes it a unique and versatile food. The tomato is essential in many cultures, adapting to both simple and complex preparations.
There is a gorilla named Anaka, a resident of the Atlanta Zoo, who has unusual pigmentation on his left hand, which led to speculation that he might have vitiligo. However, the zoo has clarified that this characteristic is a birthmark and not a confirmed case of vitiligo. Sea urchins have 5 teeth arranged in a circle on the underside of their bodies. They use them to cling to surfaces and scrape algae from rocky areas. Bridget, a lioness at the Oklahoma Zoo, developed a mane in 2017 at the age of 17, an unusual trait in females. This phenomenon occurred over a period of approximately 8 months and was attributed to a benign tumor in an adrenal gland, which caused an increase in the production of hormones such as testosterone.
The airport on the Caribbean island of St. Bartholomew has a short runway that ends near St. Jean Beach. Airplanes make steep approaches from a nearby hill, causing them to pass very close to cars and beachgoers in the area.
Dinosaur fossils have been discovered on every continent, including Antarctica, demonstrating their global presence during the Mesozoic era. However, the highest concentration of findings is found in North America and Europe, where extensive excavations and paleontological studies have been carried out. Industrial shredders are powerful machines designed to break down almost any material, from metals to plastics and wood. Their strength and versatility make them key tools in industries such as recycling and construction. These machines stand out for their ability to handle objects of different sizes and hardness levels. Watching them in action is fascinating, as they combine brute force with precision. This is how people in the past prevented their candles from burning all the way down if they fell asleep. They were called automatic candle snuffers, a type of ring that closed when the candle reached a certain height. Crickets, being cold-blooded creatures, adjust their chirping rate according to ambient temperature, which allows it to be estimated using Dolbear's law. To calculate it, count the chirps in 15 seconds, add 40, and you will obtain the temperature in degrees Fahrenheit. Charles Alley, an American sprinter in Masters categories, is recognized for his outstanding athletic performance. At over 70 years old, he has set several world records in his age group, including the 200 meters with a time of 25.75 seconds. What you see on screen is the Zanko Tiny T1, the smallest functional phone in the world. It looks like a toy. It measures just 1.8 inches long, with 0.8 inches wide and 0.5 inches thick, and weighs only 0.5 ounces. It includes internal memory of 32 megabytes, enough to store 300 phone numbers and 50 text messages. It also features a SIM card slot, a small battery of 200 milliamps, and a micro USB port for charging. Dolly was the first mammal cloned from an adult cell, an achievement accomplished by scientists Ian Wilmot and Keith Campbell at the Roslin Institute in Edinburgh, Scotland. She was born on July 5, 1996, but her existence was not announced until February 22, 1997. Dolly died on February 14, 2003, and her taxidermied remains are displayed at the National Museum of Scotland. In 1994, Bill Gates participated in an advertising campaign to demonstrate the storage capacity of compact discs. In an iconic photo, he's seen holding a compact disc while sitting on 2 enormous stacks of paper, representing the amount of information a single compact disc could store, equivalent to approximately 700 megabytes. The Tibetan white yak is a rare subspecies of the Tibetan yak, known for its ability to survive in extremely cold climates. It mainly inhabits the mountainous regions of Tibet and Central Asia. Its dense white fur protects it from low temperatures and strong winds, and its robust appearance includes long hair that forms a skirt along its sides. Did you know there is a contest to choose the ugliest dog in the world? It is held every year at the end of June in California, in the United States, as part of the Sonoma Marin Fair since 1970. The owner of the pet that wins the title of the world's ugliest dog receives a trophy, $1,500, and an all-expenses-paid trip to New York City. This is how goblin sharks attack their prey. They have freely movable jaws that can extend several inches when they open their mouths. These sharks live at depths of around 3,937 feet in nearly all the oceans of the world and can measure up to 19.7 feet long in adulthood.
Very little is known about them since they rarely approach the surface, but the most remarkable aspect of their anatomy is their jaw, which they can project outward at will when they are hungry.
A team of students from Utah State University created a wall climbing machine called Ascending Aegis, based on an adapted vacuum cleaner. It runs on a battery that lasts about 30 minutes and uses 2 vacuum pads that create an airtight seal when pressed against vertical surfaces. The vacuum suction reinforces adhesion, allowing effective climbing.
Dolph Volker, a volunteer and cheetah expert, developed a special bond with 3 captive cheetahs in South Africa. During his work at the Cheetah Experience Breeding Center, he was authorized to share naps with these felines, which curled up beside him, showing trust and affection. These cheetahs were raised close to humans from a young age, which facilitated their interaction.
Spreuerhofstrasse, located in Reutling, Germany, is famous for being the narrowest street in the world according to the Guinness Book of Records. Its width varies between 12 inches at its narrowest point and 20 inches at its widest, forcing visitors to walk sideways to avoid hitting the walls. Pangolins can temporarily adopt a bipedal posture. When they do, they use their hind legs to support themselves while keeping their front legs raised, usually to carry objects or dig. The hippopotamus is considered one of the most dangerous animals in Africa due to its territorial and aggressive nature. Although they are herbivores, they are responsible for more human deaths on the continent than other large animals such as lions or elephants. They possess impressive strength and can move quickly on land and in water. As babies, their cute appearance contrasts with the danger they represent as they grow. Fresh wood contains a significant amount of moisture that can be released when it is subjected to pressure. Before being used in construction, wood usually goes through a drying process to reduce its water content. This improves its strength, durability, and ability to support weight. Building with wet wood can be dangerous, as its structure is less stable due to moisture. Meet Rani, a dwarf cow from Bangladesh, recognized as the smallest cow in the world by the Guinness record. With only 20 inches in height, 26 inches in length, and a weight of 57 pounds, her exceptional size was attributed to inbreeding. This condition limited her growth and left little chance of her increasing in size. Sadly, Rani passed away in August of 2021 due to stomach problems. The giant squid, one of the largest and most mysterious creatures in the ocean, has enormous eyes that can reach a diameter of up to 11 inches. These eyes allow them to detect prey in the dark depths of the ocean and are crucial for their survival. At the Passo Fundo shopping mall in Brazil, an adorable golden retriever parade took place, delighting everyone present. The owners of these lovable dogs carry them in their arms while going down the escalators, stealing glances and sighs. This special event was organized by a group of breed enthusiasts to highlight the incredible qualities of golden retrievers. An Asiana Airlines airplane managed to land safely at Daegu Airport in South Korea after an unusual incident. A passenger opened the emergency door when the plane was about 656 feet above the ground, shortly before landing. Although the situation caused panic, no serious injuries were reported. However, some passengers were treated for breathing difficulties caused by the impact of the air and the stress of the moment. The fingerdama is a miniature version of the kendama, a traditional Japanese toy. Its compact design allows it to be manipulated exclusively with the fingers, making it a unique challenge of skill and coordination. Like the traditional kendama, the fingerdama requires precision to perform tricks. The first iPhone, released in 2007, revolutionized the technology industry by combining a phone, an iPod, and an internet browser into a single device. This invention changed the way we interact with technology and set a new standard for smartphones. Since then, the iPhone has gone through numerous updates and has sold more than 1 billion units, cementing Apple as a leader in technological innovation. Hummingbirds can enter a state called torpor when temperatures drop or food is scarce. This state is similar to a mini hibernation in which their metabolism is drastically reduced and their body temperature drops to conserve energy. Although not all of them do it, some species can adopt unusual positions, such as hanging upside down. Perhaps airplanes will look like this in the future. In the event of an accident, the cabin would be able to detach and eject while in midair. With the help of 2 enormous parachutes, it would return safely to the surface. Byron Schlenker, originally from Syracuse, New York, holds the Guinness record for having the widest tongue in the world. His tongue measures 3.5 inches wide. This exceptional trait turned him into a global curiosity and brought him recognition in the world of records. His daughter also holds a Guinness record for the widest female tongue in the world. The Rose of Jericho, also known as Anastatica hirocuntica, is a fascinating plant due to its ability to completely dehydrate and come back to life upon contact with water. It is native to the arid regions of the Arabian deserts and areas near the Red Sea. Canadian banknotes made from polymer since 2011 are highly durable and resistant to water, tearing, and extreme conditions. They are practically indestructible. There is a viral story about a young man who uploaded a video titled "I Am Ugly, My Experience," where he shared his physical insecurities. A girl commented that she found him cute, which led them to meet and begin a relationship. Eventually, they got married, and their story was widely shared on social media. When two apples collide at 56 miles per hour, the impact causes significant destruction to both fruits due to the transfer of kinetic energy. Lobsters possess an enzyme called telomerase that allows them to regenerate their cells and avoid natural aging. This makes them biologically immortal, as they do not die of old age. However, they can succumb to other causes, such as predators, disease, or energy exhaustion during molting. Some lobsters have reached more than 100 years of age, also standing out for their large size. Click beetles, belonging to the family Elateridae, are beetles known for their peculiar clicking mechanism. This mechanism allows them to propel themselves into the air to avoid being captured by predators. They also use this ability to flip themselves over when they end up on their backs. The first photograph of lightning was taken in 1882 by William Jennings, an American photographer. This achievement marked a milestone in the history of photography, as it captured the precise instant of a lightning strike during an electrical storm. The McKinley Explorer is a luxury train that offers panoramic views of Alaska thanks to its enormous dome-style windows. This train connects cities such as Anchorage, Talkeetna, and Denali National Park, providing a unique experience for travelers. Its windows allow passengers to admire breathtaking natural landscapes, including mountains, rivers, and wildlife. The bald uwakari is a primate that inhabits the swampy areas of the Amazon, especially in Brazil, Peru, and possibly Colombia. It stands out for its hairless face and skull, with red skin that contrasts with its thick fur, which can be grayish-brown or whitish. It weighs between 4.4 and 8.8 pounds and has strong jaws adapted to cracking seeds and hard fruits. Vitamin gummies are made by combining vitamins in liquid or powdered form with gelatin, corn syrup, and other ingredients. The mixture is heated and poured into molds to give them shape. Afterward, they are cooled and removed from the molds. This process creates an attractive and easy way to consume vitamins, especially for children and people who have difficulty swallowing pills. The basking shark is the second largest fish in the world, surpassed only by the whale shark. It can reach up to 33 feet in length and weigh around 8,818 pounds. This marine giant is completely harmless to humans, as it feeds on plankton through filtration. Its enormous liver, which represents up to 25% of its body weight, is a remarkable feature. Biologists estimate that its lifespan ranges between 20 and 30 years. The human stomach can store between 0.26 and 0.40 gallons of food and liquids, depending on the person. When empty, its capacity is around 1.7 fluid ounces, and it is approximately the size of a fist. This flexible organ can expand when food is ingested, adapting to the amounts consumed. Over 70 years, it is estimated that the stomach processes about 13,200 gallons of liquids and around 66,000 pounds of food. Its ability to adapt is key to digestion and energy supply for the body. Eternal flowers are natural flowers that undergo a preservation process to maintain their freshness and beauty for years without the need for water or light. This treatment replaces the sap with a solution of glycerin and other compounds that prevent dehydration and deterioration. Unlike artificial flowers, they retain their natural texture and softness. These are lawn aerator machines. They make small holes in the ground approximately 4 inches deep to allow the roots to receive oxygen and stay healthy. Stadiums perform this process a couple of times a year. Maxillipeds are mouth appendages found in crabs, equivalent to their hands. They perform essential functions such as holding food, cleaning sand from their eyes, and manipulating food to guide it toward the mouth. Shopping malls usually have service entrances designed to bring in large merchandise, such as automobiles. These access points are strategically hidden to maintain the aesthetic of the place. Generally, vehicles are moved during the night when there are no visitors in the mall. Without the discovery of electricity, humanity would face a radically different world. The lack of electric lighting would affect productivity and technological development. Medicine, communications, and transportation would be limited. Quality of life would be lower, and society would likely rely on less efficient and less sustainable forms of energy. Boom Shadow is an artist known for his skill in creating shadows with his hands. He has gained recognition on social media, where he shares his talent and shadowgraphy techniques. The ant Carabera diversa, native to Asia, is known for its fascinating social organization. Within its colony, there are two types of workers and soldiers. The workers carry out daily tasks, while the larger soldiers handle heavier jobs. A surprising characteristic of the soldiers is their ability to carry the smaller workers when necessary. Recent studies have shown that approximately 33% of fish sold in supermarkets and restaurants are mislabeled. This problem, known as species substitution, occurs globally and has been identified through DNA analysis. The sculptures by Bruno Catalano, known as The Travelers, are fragmented works that symbolize the emotional emptiness of migrants in their search for a better life. These fascinating figures were exhibited at the Venice Biennale in 2019, one of the most prestigious art events internationally. Made of bronze and terracotta, they were installed in iconic locations throughout the city, such as churches and theaters. A non-Newtonian fluid is one whose viscosity is not constant and varies according to factors such as temperature or applied force. If handled gently, it behaves like a liquid, but under a fast or intense impact, it can behave like a solid. These fluids have fascinating applications, such as in bulletproof vests made with liquids that harden instantly under impact. They are also used in industrial shock absorbers and sports equipment to improve safety. Both the platypus and the echidna lack a conventional stomach. In their digestive system, the esophagus connects directly to the intestine. This evolutionary design simplifies their digestion, as they don't need an organ that secretes acid to break down food. This is because they have lost the genes necessary to produce digestive enzymes and gastric acids. Although the true color of the sun is white, from Earth we perceive it as yellow, orange, or red due to the atmosphere. The atmosphere scatters shorter light waves, such as blue, and allows longer waves, such as yellow and red, to dominate our perception. At sunrise or sunset, when sunlight passes through a thicker layer of the atmosphere, the sun appears red because the atmosphere absorbs almost all colors except red. Before a bridge is put into service, a load test is carried out to evaluate its strength and safety. This process consists of reproducing load conditions similar to real use of the structure. Heavy vehicles, such as trucks, are placed on the bridge to measure its ability to withstand stress. These tests ensure that the design and construction meet the required standards. Leaf fish, such as Monoceros polyacanthus, are experts at camouflage by imitating leaves floating in the water. This ability allows them to blend in with aquatic vegetation and hunt effectively without being detected. Native to South America, these freshwater fish are a fascinating example of natural adaptation. Eric Clavel, 12 years old, built the tallest popsicle stick structure in the world. This incredible creation reached a height of 20.2 feet and was designed in his home. Due to its size, it had to be moved to the yard to be fully assembled. The structure rested on a pyramid-shaped base, which gave it stability. During winter, Lake Kushiro in Hokkaido, Japan, becomes a refuge for hundreds of swans that migrate from Siberia to enjoy the hot spring areas that remain unfrozen. The sight of these elegant birds in the icy winter environment is a popular tourist attraction and a beautiful display of wildlife adaptation. Bananas have a curved shape due to a phenomenon called negative geotropism. This process occurs because, as they grow, the fruits seek sunlight by orienting upward and against gravity. This evolutionary adaptation allows them to maximize light exposure in the dense tropical rainforest where they usually grow. The Eiffel Tower illuminated at night is an iconic image that, surprisingly, cannot be published without permission. The lights of the monument belong to the company that operates the Eiffel Tower, and under copyright regulations, they are protected. Although millions of tourists visit Paris every year and break this rule, the company has not enforced the law, even though it remains in effect and can be consulted on its website. Praying mantises lay their eggs in structures called eutheke, which are protective cases formed by a foamy substance they secrete. This substance hardens upon contact with air and acts as a barrier to protect the eggs from predators and harsh conditions. Let me introduce you to Neil Harbison, the first cyborg in history. He was born with a condition called achromatopsia that made him see everything in black and white, so he decided to install a system to enhance his perception. In 2004, he managed to have a group of doctors implant an antenna into his brain that not only allows him to see colors, but also to perceive those invisible to humans, such as infrared and ultraviolet. He can also hear the frequency of each color and even watch videos, listen to music, and receive phone calls directly from his head.
Huascar, a village in the province of Malaga, Spain, was painted completely blue in 2011 as part of a promotion for the movie The Smurfs. This included buildings such as shops, hotels, schools, pharmacies, the medical center, and even the cemetery. After the promotion, the residents decided to keep the blue color due to the increase in tourism. Since then, Huascar has been known as the Smurf Village and has become a unique tourist destination. The Nike logo, known as the swoosh, was designed in 1971 by Carolyn Davidson, a graphic design student, for only $35. Although it did not initially impress Nike's founders, the logo became one of the most recognizable in the world. In 1983, as a gesture of gratitude, Nike awarded Davidson a diamond ring featuring the logo and a package of company stock. Despite its arid climate, the region of Almería in Spain is responsible for a large portion of the fruits and vegetables sold in Europe. They use techniques such as imported soil and hydroponics, and it is the area with the highest number of greenhouses in the world. In fact, there are so many greenhouses that they can even be seen from space. The human eye, with an astonishing resolution of 576 megapixels, far surpasses modern photographic cameras, which generally have between 12 and 108 megapixels. This difference is due to the complexity of the eye, which contains millions of photoreceptors and a brain processing system that continuously reconstructs images with new information. Dung beetles, such as Scarabia satirus, use the light of the Milky Way to orient themselves at night. This fascinating behavior allows them to roll their dung balls in a straight line, moving away from competition. Although they cannot distinguish individual stars, they perceive the bright band of the Milky Way as a guide. In ancient Egypt, the mummification of animals was a common practice linked to religious beliefs. In 1888, a farmer discovered a pit near the Speos Artemidos temple filled with thousands of mummified animals, mainly cats. These animals were considered representations of deities, such as Bastet, the cat goddess. Black sapote is a fruit native to Mexico, Central America, and parts of South America. Its dark, soft, and sweet pulp has a flavor surprisingly similar to chocolate pudding when ripe. This resemblance is due to its natural sugars and compounds. Because of its taste and texture, it is popular as a natural and healthy dessert in many regions. The oldest musical instrument in the world is a flute made from vulture bone. It was discovered in the Hohlefels cave in Germany, and this ancient flute is approximately between 35,000 and 40,000 years old. It is believed to have been used by early Homo sapiens. Its discovery in 2009 by German archaeologists revealed the skill of our prehistoric ancestors. The Earth formed approximately 4,600,000,000 years ago from the accumulation of material in the protoplanetary disk surrounding the young sun. This process, known as accretion, involved collisions and mergers of rocks and other materials in space. Over time, the Earth differentiated into distinct layers, including a solid crust, a semi-liquid mantle, and a metallic core. Let me introduce you to Yoyoka Soma, a girl who performs amazing drum covers. She is an elementary school student who began playing drums in a family band at 8 years old. Her parents shared a clip of her playing Get Back for an audition in the Hit Like a Girl competition. The video caught the attention of several major media outlets and became so popular that it even reached Chad Smith, the drummer of the famous rock band Red Hot Chili Peppers. Pearls form when a foreign body, such as a parasite or a particle, becomes trapped inside an oyster. The mollusk cannot expel it, so it coats it with layers of nacre, composed of calcium carbonate and conchiolin. This coating process creates the pearl over time. Although it is commonly believed that grains of sand cause this phenomenon, organic fragments are actually the main trigger. In the year 2019, an American farmer harvested a giant pumpkin weighing 882 pounds and decided to turn it into a kind of kayak. His name is Justin Ownby, and he took on the task of carving this small boat. Apparently, Justin bought a special seed from a pumpkin that had set a record the previous year by weighing 1,699 pounds. The high heel race is a sporting event organized every year in several cities in Russia and has also been adopted in countries such as Mexico and Spain, among others.
In this competition, participants run while wearing stiletto heels at least 4 inches high. Although walking in these shoes is already difficult, running in them becomes a real challenge. Despite the many falls, the prizes are usually quite attractive, although participants also endure considerable foot pain. What you see on screen is a strange melted soda machine. This object became famous on social media after its photograph was published. The melted machine is located in the city of Nasu, Japan, specifically at Trikartopia, a tourist attraction that allows visitors to interact with and take photos with three-dimensional artworks. This sculpture was created to represent the hot days in Japan. The phenomenon of zodiacal light is observed in the night skies. This diffuse glow is visible in tropical latitudes and is best seen just before sunrise or after sunset. Zodiacal light is caused by the scattering of sunlight through interplanetary dust, located in the plane of the ecliptic of the solar system. Yasi Yolkasu, a Turkish illustrator, has stood out for his ability to create calligraphy artworks using unconventional tools such as forks and knives. His impressive pieces of art have captured the attention of thousands online, where he shares videos showing his creative process. Spoons and forks are usually made from stainless steel or other metals. The process includes cutting the metal into sheets, shaping it using machines that apply pressure to form it, and making additional cuts to define details such as the teeth of a fork. The Xtura Sim hoverbike, developed by the Japanese company ALI Technologies, is a flying motorcycle that has captured worldwide attention with its futuristic design. It can fly for 40 minutes and reach speeds of up to 62 miles per hour. Its appearance and capabilities have been compared to the speed bikes from Star Wars. Matt Benedetto, known for his humorous inventions, has created the Jewelry Cooler, an unusual but eye-catching product. This device connects to an air conditioning vent and uses a hose to direct cold air to private areas. Although its purpose is more comedic than practical, it's part of his Unnecessary Invention series, where he explores innovative and amusing ideas. Coca-Cola sells its soft drinks all over the world except in only 2 countries, Cuba and North Korea. The brand was officially in the Caribbean countries' market until 1960, when the company had to liquidate and leave the nation. However, the drinks later began to be imported from Mexico, which resulted in a price increase. In the case of North Korea, Coca-Cola has never entered the market, although bottles and cans of the brand have also arrived, possibly imported through China. The Spaniard Miguel de Cervantes and the famous William Shakespeare are considered the greatest exponents of Spanish and English literature. It is curious that both died on April 23, 1616. This is Ada, the prototype of a home cleaning robot. It is trained and programmed by a human specifically for the measurements and dimensions of your home. The average weight of a cloud is several hundred tons. Although clouds appear light and fluffy, they can contain a surprising amount of water. The average weight of a large, dense storm cloud can reach approximately 1,212,542 pounds. The Koenigsegg Regera holds the record for reaching 249 miles per hour, the fastest. It achieves this in just 28.81 seconds. When you take a medication, it is absorbed into the bloodstream and distributed to the organs and tissues where it needs to act. Areas with higher blood flow, such as the heart, the liver, the kidneys, and the brain, are the first to receive it. Once at its destination, the medication interacts with cells to produce the desired therapeutic effects. Fishing boats, especially those designed for the open sea, are built to withstand extreme weather conditions, including storms and strong waves. Their stability depends on robust designs with deep keels and low centers of gravity that allow them to face large swells. Carl Bushby, a British man and former paratrooper, began the Goliath expedition in 1998 with the goal of becoming the first person to walk an uninterrupted route around the world. The journey covers more than 36,040 miles, and Bushby originally estimated it would take him between 7 and 8 years to complete. However, after 26 years facing numerous challenges, he has still not finished. In 2024, he managed to cross the Caspian Sea with the help of a team. He is currently moving towards the final stage of his journey with the goal of reaching the United Kingdom. Jewel beetles of the genus Chrysina are famous for their dazzling iridescent colors that resemble gemstones. These insects inhabit the Americas, from the United States to Colombia and Venezuela, mainly in forests of pines, junipers, and oaks. Francisco de Pajaro, known as Art is Trash, is a Spanish street artist who creates art using garbage and discarded objects. He currently works in London, where he transforms waste into unique and creative figures. His approach combines humor, social criticism, and a provocative style, giving new life to what others consider useless. Caviar, one of the most expensive foods in the world, comes from sturgeon eggs. Beluga caviar is the most coveted, especially almas, which can cost up to $15,873 per pound. Traditionally, caviar is consumed in small amounts on toast or blinis. Its saltiness and delicate texture have made caviar a symbol of luxury and sophistication in international cuisine. This is an axe weighing approximately 4,409 pounds. Watch how it destroys safes as if they were nothing, a brick wall and a massive stone. The analog gate without electricity allows automatic opening when vehicles pass through by means of a mechanical system. It works with a movable ramp connected to levers, activated when the vehicle drives over it. Counterweights then close the gate automatically. It is a practical device that operates without the need for electrical energy. The YouTuber Airrack and his team, together with Pizza Hut, managed to create the largest pizza in the world in Los Angeles in January of 2023. This gigantic pizza had a surface area of approximately 13,950 square feet, equivalent to 5 tennis courts. All the ingredients were provided by Pizza Hut to complete this challenge. Once ready, the pizza slices were donated to charitable organizations to help people in need in the city. This is what a volcanic eruption looks like from space. This impressive phenomenon was captured in a 12-hour time-lapse by a satellite specialized in monitoring natural events. Since 2017, it has been possible to explore the International Space Station through Google Maps using the Street View feature. This tool allows users to tour the interior of the station and observe its modules in detail. A stray cat entered the enclosure of a lynx at the Leningrad Zoo, while both were still babies, searching for food. Surprisingly, the lynx accepted the cat, forming a unique and unexpected bond. From that moment on, they have lived together, developing a friendship that has lasted for more than 10 years. Actor Nicolas Cage has a peculiar pyramid-shaped tomb in the St. Louis Cemetery located in New Orleans. This structure, approximately 9 feet tall, was built in 2010. Its design bears the Latin phrase omnia ab uno, which means everything from one. Although Cage has not publicly revealed the reason for his choice, the tomb has sparked curiosity among visitors. Paper can be recycled up to 6 times, since cellulose fibers progressively weaken with each recycling cycle. After this limit, the fibers lose their structure and are no longer suitable for creating new paper. A person can survive from 3 to 5 days without water and up to 2 weeks without food, although this depends on factors such as physical condition and exertion. The lack of water is more dangerous, since the kidneys need fluids to filter toxins and maintain vital functions. Without enough water, the body can suffer severe dehydration and organ failure in a short time. Although it is possible to live longer without eating, prolonged absence of food also affects energy and overall health. The capybara, also known as the carpincho, is the largest rodent in the world. Native to South America, it can reach up to 4.3 feet in length and weigh around 132 pounds. It lives near bodies of water, as it is an excellent swimmer and depends on humid environments. Its diet is herbivorous, and it plays an important role in the ecosystems it inhabits. What you are seeing is not a video game. It is a video of a real car. The American Rally Association equipped one of its cars with a selfie stick and a 360-degree camera. The color known as cosmic latte was determined by astronomers at Johns Hopkins University as the average color of the universe. This light beige tone is the result of averaging the light emitted by more than 200,000 galaxies. When using computers or digital screens, the blinking frequency is reduced from an average of 15 to 20 times per minute to only 5 to 7 times per minute. This can cause dry eyes and visual fatigue. Blinking regularly is crucial to hydrate and protect the eyes, as well as to relax the brain. Strategies such as placing a visible note on the screen are recommended to help remember this habit. Members of a community in the Bay Islands in Brazil recycle aluminum cans to make these amazing costumes, turning recycling into a cultural and artistic expression. Some species of small fish have developed strategies to protect themselves from predators, such as sheltering beneath jellyfish. This symbiotic behavior allows them to use the jellyfish's stinging tentacles as a natural shield, preventing them from being attacked. Mauna Loa, located in Hawaii, is the largest active volcano in the world, both in volume and surface area. It has an estimated volume of approximately 17,993 cubic miles and a surface area of around 1,930 square miles. Maxim Havrilenko, creator of the Ochis coffee brand in Ukraine, makes biodegradable sunglasses using recycled coffee sediments. These are combined with flax and a biopolymer derived from vegetable oil to create a sustainable and unique product. This is the largest wine barrel in the world. It is located at Heidelberg Castle in Germany. It is 271 years old and can hold approximately 57,851 gallons. It measures approximately 23 feet wide by 28 feet long. The Surreal team organized a unique party at 9,843 feet in altitude. Participants wore parachutes throughout the entire event, enjoying the celebration while in flight. As part of the finale, everyone jumped from the airplane to celebrate in a spectacular way. In these cabins, you sleep alongside hundreds of thousands of bees. In reality, they are not inside the cabin, but beneath it. The vibration and movement of the colony act as a type of heating system that keeps the bed warm. In an average Major League Baseball game, between 8 and 10 dozen baseballs are used. This means that between 96 and 120 balls can be used per game. The balls are frequently replaced during the game for various reasons, such as when they become dirty or damaged. The first traffic light was installed on December 10, 1868, in London, United Kingdom. It was invented by British railway engineer John Peake Knight and consisted of red and green gas signals. However, this system was not successful due to an explosion. The first functional electric traffic light was installed in Cleveland, Ohio in 1914. Bubble soccer is a variation of conventional soccer, in which players wear an inflatable bubble that covers the upper part of their body. This sport is played outdoors, on surfaces such as grass, and the bubbles protect the players, making falls practically painless. Honeybees use scents to communicate depending on their state. When they are calm, they emit an aroma similar to lemon, reflecting calm within the hive. On the other hand, when they are stressed or in danger, they release an alarm pheromone that smells like banana. This pheromone serves to warn other bees of potential threats. This strange animal you see on screen is an amphipod, a crustacean related to shrimp. It is transparent to camouflage itself in the darkness of the deep sea. The orange parts are its eyes. Pit bulls, currently considered dangerous by some, have been misunderstood due to misinformation and poor breeding practices. In the past, they were known as nanny dogs because of their affectionate and protective nature towards children. These dogs stand out for their loyalty and affection, but their behavior depends more on their upbringing and environment than on their breed. At the Italian restaurant Fava, diners can enjoy a peculiar appetizer called fried air. This original dish is made from fried tapioca skin that is subjected to an ozone gas bath for 10 minutes. The final presentation resembles a cotton candy cloud adorned with blue salt and vinegar. The development of the first mechanical clocks began in Europe during the Middle Ages, around the 14th century. These clocks were primitive and were generally found in church towers. These cages are used by cameramen from National Geographic and the BBC to closely and safely capture the movements and behaviors of bears. Watch how this mother and her two cubs put it to the test. Frogs do not drink water with their mouths like most animals. Instead, they have the ability to absorb water through their skin, specifically in a region known as the pelvic patch, located on the abdomen. This process, known as osmoregulation, allows them to hydrate while in humid environments. This method is essential for their survival, especially in habitats where drinking water may be scarce or inaccessible. Some medical centers are using virtual reality headsets to distract children when they receive an injection. Watch how a character places a magical gem on the child's arm at the exact moment they are injected. This cheerful stimulus distracts them and prevents them from focusing on the pain. If you are someone who dries their hands using dryers in public restrooms, you may stop doing so after seeing this. The American company Phone Soap shared this video in which air samples expelled by those dryers were collected, along with a sample of air with the machine turned off. The result was horrifying. Observe the number of bacteria and fungi present in the sample, while in the air sample there is not a single bacterial colony. The crush metric, also known as the switch pen, is an aluminum pen designed by artist Noah Deletta. This innovative pen can change its shape between a solid design and a crushed one simply by activating a switch. There is a video game that was designed to train McDonald's employees in Japan in 2010. The restaurant collaborated with Nintendo to release the eSmart, whose initials stand for Employee Smart Training. In the video game, players learn how to fry the fries, prepare combo meals, and even how to serve food. A special Nintendo DS with a McDonald's logo was also created. Today, both the video game and the console are highly sought after by collectors due to their rarity.
Blake Wilkie is famous for his modified Volkswagen Beetle, known as the Shark Bug. This vehicle has been customized to perform extreme stunts and impressive maneuvers. It is capable of flying through the air and landing without problems. Nigel John Stanford, a musician from New Zealand, surprised the world with his music video Automatica. For this project, he programmed industrial robots that were capable of playing various musical instruments. This is how this French wrought iron safe worked, forged in the early 19th century. These safes were handcrafted by skilled blacksmiths using advanced forging techniques to ensure their strength. St. Elmo's fire is a meteorological phenomenon that occurs during intense electrical storms. It appears as a bluish or violet glow on metallic and pointed objects, such as ship masts or antennas. This effect is caused by the ionization of the air produced by strong electric fields. It was first observed on vessels at sea, where it received its name in honor of St. Elmo, the patron saint of sailors. Bouvet Island, located in the South Atlantic Ocean, is one of the most isolated islands in the world. This uninhabited island belongs to Norway and is located north of Antarctica and southwest of Africa. With a surface area of 19 square miles, it is almost completely covered by glaciers. This house, which appears ordinary, is actually the oldest house in New York City. Its construction dates back to around the year 1650, almost 400 years ago. In its time, it was occupied by a Dutch family who emigrated to the United States. Today, the Wyckoff House, the oldest house in New York, is a museum that you can visit to learn about the history of its first owners. In Croatia, there's a museum called Froggyland that features more than 500 taxidermied frogs placed in poses that simulate human activities, such as playing tennis or performing as acrobats in a circus.
In winter, ladybugs gather in large groups to hibernate and protect themselves from extreme cold. This strategy helps them regulate their body temperature, which is crucial for their survival during this period. They can also find mates to reproduce in spring, ensuring the continuity of their species.
A study confirmed that the Borneo orangutan and humans share 97% of their genes. Both species have a common ancestor that lived about 15 million years ago and have since evolved along separate paths. Although orangutans and humans share many genetic similarities, there are also notable differences, especially in the genes that control the brain and the immune system. Svetlana Kapanina is a renowned Russian aerobatic pilot, considered one of the best in her field. She has won multiple world aerobatic championships and is known for her impressive maneuvers. Word clouds are artistic installations composed of a series of suspended nets with words that, when interacting with sunlight, project shadows onto the ground. These installations often explore themes such as time and the ephemeral nature of life. Portable chicken coops allow chickens to be moved to different areas, giving them access to fresh grass, seeds, and insects. This regular movement also helps prevent the buildup of pathogens and parasites in a single location, reducing the risk of disease. In addition, these structures are practical for maintaining a healthier environment for the birds and the soil. In corners, racing motorcycles can reach an angle of up to 64 degrees. They ride practically glued to the ground. Look at the incredible feat carried out by Italian pilot Dario Costa, who managed to fly through the Catalca tunnels in Turkey in a racing airplane. He set a Guinness record for the longest flight through a tunnel, with a distance of 5,676 feet at 152 miles per hour. This is Nose ID, a way to identify your dog using the unique print of its nose. It is designed to help identify and find lost dogs. Didim is an innovative virtual platform that combines exercise and augmented reality. It projects images onto the floor, creating an interactive and dynamic experience for users. Participants must jump, run, and dodge the images to accumulate points. When we observe the starry sky, we are seeing light that has traveled hundreds or thousands of years from the stars to reach us. This happens because light has a finite speed, and the distances in the universe are immensely large. Therefore, what we see is an image of the past, reflecting how the stars were at the moment they emitted that light. Here you can see hot dog water bottled, a strange product sold at a food festival in Canada. It was an elegant bottle of water with a sausage inside.
This product claims to be beneficial for health and, according to its sellers, helps increase water intake, promotes calorie burning, boosts brain function, is anti-inflammatory, and even makes you look younger. It also includes a delicious sausage. This bottle was sold at the Car Free Festival for a cost of $35.
Metal panels with diamond-shaped textures, known as diamond plate pattern, are common on trucks and other vehicles. This design serves multiple practical purposes. The texture helps refract light, reducing glare caused by the sun for drivers traveling behind. How to solve a Rubik's Cube in a three-dimensional graphics program. Keisuke Anamori is an artist known for creating content related to animations and simulations in programs such as Maya. Samsung is creating a series of robots that help us with household cleaning. This particular one is called Bot Handy, and it can place dishes in the dishwasher, set the table, pick up dirty clothes, and store groceries. There is an application that you can only access when you have less than 5% battery. It is called Die With Me. It is a chat where you can talk with people whose batteries are about to run out. Commercial pilots often receive tributes upon retirement, and one of the most common is the water cannon salute at the airport. This symbolic gesture celebrates their career and dedication. Tonki is a female Shar-Pei dog known for her appearance that resembles an adorable plush toy. Since birth, she became famous on social media thanks to her unique and charismatic look. Her owner, Christine Park, shares images of Tonki on her Instagram account Tonki Bear, which gained thousands of followers. Singapore Changi Airport, recognized as one of the best in the world, has a slide that allows passengers to slide towards certain areas of the airport, including zones near the waiting lounges. In some bars in Belgium, such as the famous Doule Griet bar in Ghent, customers are asked to leave one of their shoes as a deposit when ordering a beer in a special glass called Max. The shoes are placed in baskets hanging from the ceiling and are returned when the customer brings the glass back. During summer, in regions above the Arctic Circle, the sun never sets, providing 24 hours of daylight. This phenomenon, known as the midnight sun, occurs because the Earth's axis is tilted toward the sun, allowing it to remain visible on the horizon for several weeks. Domestic cats and tigers share a common ancestor that lived approximately 15 million years ago. This genetic connection translates into a 95% similarity in their DNA, which explains certain shared behaviors. For example, both cats and tigers mark their territory and stalk their prey with precision and elegance. The albedo is the white layer found between the peel and the segments of an orange, and although we usually remove it, it contains many nutrients, even more than the juice and the segments. The Bali duck is one of the oldest breeds and originated on the island of Bali, Indonesia. These ducks are used by farmers in rice fields to control pests, as they feed on insects and other organisms that could damage crops. In this curious video by Redside, we can see how many Earths would fit inside other planets in our solar system: 30 in Neptune, 470 in Saturn, and 820 in Jupiter. Mount Thor, located in Auyuitug National Park on Baffin Island, Canada, has the longest vertical drop in the world, with a height of approximately 4,100 feet. This drop is completely vertical, and in some sections even has an overhang angle of 105 degrees. Some sheep wear bras. This has a medical reason. In some cases, milk production is so abundant that the suspensory ligaments of the udders are damaged, forcing them to live the rest of their lives with this support measure. Brickle is a creator known on social media, where he shares instructions for building miniature vending machines and other designs using Lego pieces. Heinz launched a product called the Heinz Packet Roller, a small device designed to squeeze out every last drop of sauce from disposable packets. This compact gadget, which also works as a keychain, includes a roller to flatten the packets and a cutter to open them easily. The Venus girdle is an elongated and flattened ctenophore, known for its elegant appearance. Although it is not a jellyfish, it is often mistaken for one due to its look. Its iridescent glow creates the illusion of changing color between shades of blue, pink, or green thanks to the refraction of light in its cilia. Its fluid and delicate movement gives it an almost liquid appearance, making this marine animal a fascinating spectacle in its habitat. The Pepsi logo has undergone several modifications over the years. In 1898, the brand adopted its first logo, featuring the words Pepsi Cola in cursive lettering. Since then, the logo has evolved to reflect design trends and the brand's identity. This simulation shows how important it is to cover our mouth with our forearm when sneezing. Observe the difference in the spread of the sneeze. The runway at Gibraltar Airport is one of the most dangerous in the world because it crosses a roadway. When an airplane is taking off or landing, the street is closed to prevent accidents. For a pilot to operate on this runway, they must pass numerous tests, as a high level of experience and control of the aircraft is required.
This video shows us how ocean currents interact. Warm water is less dense, so it rises above cold water. On the campus of La Trobe University in Melbourne, Australia, there is a unique and peculiar statue of Lieutenant Governor Charles La Trobe, designed by sculptor Charles Robb. This artwork draws attention because it is placed upside down, with the head facing downward and the pedestal at the top. Steam-powered motorcycles are real and operate using a system similar to that of classic trains. They use a steam engine as their source of propulsion and produce a distinctive sound reminiscent of old locomotives.
If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe so you don't miss more interesting content. Leave your comments and click on any of these videos. See you next time.